There is a lot more to the Korean language than K-pop and kimchi, and I want to show you 11 even better reasons why you should learn one of the most fun-filled, unique languages on the planet. Yes, Korean. You ready for this? Let's go.
한국 여자를 좋아하게 됐거든요. 이름이 뭔지 어디 사는지는 잘 기억이 잘 안 나는데 그냥 그 여자 찾고 싶은 마음에 한국어 공부 좀 열심히 했어요.
Whenever I learn a new language, one of the first things on my mind is, where can I go to completely soak up this language? Which exciting city or town or village? Because once you've locked down the basics, total immersion in a culture is by far the best way to actually get speaking. But not every country makes this very easy for you. South Korea, though, well, it is an excellent place for language immersion.
To be honest, what I've learned from learning other languages is that the most important thing is to talk to native speakers. Basically, as soon as I had learned a few words in Korean, I just dived right in and started speaking to natives. 저 한 2년 반 전에 시작했는데 근데 그때는 일했기 때문에 제대로 공부 못했어요. 네.
It's a dynamic country and there are endless opportunities to hone your Korean language skills. For one thing, it's not too expensive to travel in Korea, and Seoul has one of the best subway systems in the world with free high-speed Wi-Fi. Same with the buses.
You can go anywhere in Korea if you have these cards. With Korean public transportations, you're able to switch to different modes of transport. You can often use credit cards as a transport card.
Korea is also one of the safest countries in the world, so it's really not hard to go out and talk to people, even at night.
I knew I had a trip to Korea planned, and the thing about me, I don't like traveling to a foreign country without at least learning some survival skills. 여보세요? 네, 안녕하세요. 몇 살이요? 25살? 오, 저는 24살이요.
어디 사람이에요?
저는 미국 사람이에요.
But even if you cannot travel to Korea, there is plenty that you can do to practice the language at home. You can keep a lookout on my blog, for example, for new ideas. I have a section just for Korean learners. If it's raining this weekend, don't just sit at home doing Sudoku. Learn the Korean alphabet instead. If you love logic and getting things done fast, you will thank me. See, the Korean language might be hard, but the alphabet is one of the easiest alphabets in the world. And just like other puzzles, it was invented by a person, in this case, a king. It was the 15th century, and the king of Korea was a little tired of watching his subjects battle to write Korean using Chinese characters. So, being the nice guy that he was, he designed a super easy alphabet for them to learn. It's called Hangul, and the whole thing is made up of a few stripes and circles in blocks. There are the main consonants, 14 of them in fact, and these are the main vowels, 10 of them. So just 24 letters. Funny thing is, a letter on its own cannot actually make a sound.
C stands for consonant and V stands for vowel. And there are 6 types of blocks that we'll use depending on which vowels we use and how many letters.
So you arrange vowels and consonants together in blocks to make syllables. It's very efficient because you can work out a sound logically. What's even cooler is each letter shape copies the shape your mouth makes when you say it. Now you've just got to string them all together coherently. But Korean is a very phonetic language, so once you know how the writing works, you can practice reading out loud, like using books of short stories, for example. Reading them out loud. Anyway.
그리고 그녀가 떠났습니다. 어떡하죠? 저 그녀를 다시 만나고 싶습니다.
Korean popularity ratings are through the roof. On Duolingo, for example, Korean is number 5 in the list of languages that the most people are learning, running practically head-to-head with German, which is 4th. That's pretty impressive. Duolingo has an awful lot of users, so it gives you a good idea of who's learning what language, and people are signing up for Korean from everywhere, from the US, Brazil, France, Germany, India, Mexico, Africa. So why is Korean so high up on the list? Well, first of all, Korean is one of the fastest growing languages in the world. Obviously, the Korean entertainment industry has a lot to do with that, but other reasons will become apparent as we go along. And I have a goal to make story learning one of those reasons too. So if you want to see what new stories I come up with, well, just click these 3 buttons right here. Go on, you can do it. Anyone remember this? Koreans are courageous and they know how to get stuff done. In only about 20 years, South Korea turned from one of the poorest nations to one of the richest nations on earth. How that happened, well, that's a story for another day, but the economy is booming, their tech innovation is brilliant, they are the biggest shipbuilders in the world, the third largest car manufacturer. I think it's clear, Korea is an important country. So if you like to stay on top of global affairs or have any sort of ambition in these fields, Korean would be a good language for you. In 2020, a Korean movie called Parasite won the Academy Award for Best Picture. First foreign language film to win this, by the way. I still haven't seen it, can you believe it? The director of Parasite won the Oscar for Best Director too. Now I have a list here of Korean movies on Netflix if you're keen to see more. Apart from the blockbusters, Koreans, well, they've been making great Indian art house movies for a long time, so look out for the film festivals in your own country too. Actually, YouTube has plenty of the older classic Korean movies, and you'll find tons of free reality shows on YouTube too. They seem to be pretty good at the superstar thing, don't they? Well, in 2022, the Korean wave had already hit 178 million fans. That's movies, music, stories, the whole shebang. And the point is, they are not going anywhere, so better learn Korean. And if you happen to like good stories, well, I also happen to teach Korean and other languages using stories that you can both read and listen to, as it turns out. I call it story learning. It is an exciting new way to learn foreign languages. And if you want to see what it's all about, I prepared something for you called a story learning kit. It's a bunch of stuff that shows you how to learn languages like Korean through stories. Shows you how the method works, gives you a bunch of freebies to try out. The link is in the description. Go and check it out.
악동 없는 이야기는 재미없잖아.
Now, believe it or not, the job of English teachers is not the only job in Korea. How would you like to be in a K-drama? Well, Korean dramas almost always have foreign faces in them. And as a TV or movie extra, I could do that, I'm sure. You don't have to have star skills, luckily for me. But you do get to be the guy in a coffee shop, the French woman in McDonald's, I don't know, the American guy who looks like he can pitch a tent. Nothing wrong with being in the background if you're getting paid and having fun, right? You might even end up getting snapped up as a foreign model. All you do is scan sites like Craigslist for casting calls, and if you happen to be a Charles Darwin lookalike, it seems they're on the hunt for one. So this one's not even a movie. They're making digital humans. The ad says someone who has a good understanding of Korean. So yeah, better get learning. And once you are an excellent Korean speaker, well, things just get crazy.
아이스크림 가게 가서 큰 똥을 셋이서 사가지고
같이 처먹지?
숟가락 3개를 이렇게.
한국어 왜 공부 시작하게 되셨나요?
왜냐하면 한국에 일하고 싶어서 한국어 배우고 있어요.
근데 한국에서 왜 일하고 싶은 건가요?
물화는 아름다워서 한국에 일하고 싶어요.
If showbiz is not your thing, there are plenty of other interesting opportunities in Korea. For example, if you love flying, airlines such as Korean Air and Asiana are very open to foreigners applying as cabin crew. Your English is very useful to them, but you definitely have to be fluent in Korean too. Or say you're a decent writer, just spend some time getting to know Korea, and you could do anything from freelance content writing to translating Korean literature and non-fiction. South Korea has a special long stay visa for journalists too. On the higher end, your Korean language skills can even land you a job in cybersecurity.
With Korea's advancements in the field of IT, the demand for security analysts is on the rise. These professionals are entrusted with the responsibility of overseeing and ensuring the safety of information, physical assets, and personal data. With the rise of cyber threats and attacks, the demand for security analysts in Korea has significantly increased.
But it's not just Korea that has opportunities. The way the world's going, if you can speak an in-demand language like Korean, especially at a higher level, this means you have a critical skill and you will stand out in the global job market. If you want to get some practice, Korean visitors to our countries are always looking for bilingual guides and translators too. Now, on the topic of speaking practice, finding a speaking partner is one of the most fundamental parts of any language learning journey, whether that's a kind of professional tutor to help you learn or a speaking partner to help you practice. You need it. If you're learning a language from home, it makes everything so much easier. But finding that person who you really enjoy learning with, who really actually helps you learn can be really difficult. I've lost count of the number of tutors I've tried over the years, and it can be really difficult to find that person. In recent times, though, I've been getting all of my language lessons from LanguaTalk. LanguaTalk is a website where you can find tutors from all over the world who teach lots of different languages. And the reason that I've stuck with LanguaTalk is that the website, for a start, is so easy to use. One of the features I most like about it is that I can select the times that I want to take lessons, and then I can actually filter tutors who are also available in that time. So it kind of just cuts down on this whole faff of figuring out, okay, when are you available? When am I available? You can get that accurate right from the start. And for me, LanguaTalk really is the best place to connect with tutors on the internet right now to help you get that speaking practice. And full disclosure, here at StoryLearning, we actually like LanguaTalk so much that we have invested in the company because we really want to be a part of this mission to provide the best service possible for people who want to connect with tutors. And if you'd like to try it out, well, you can get a free trial lesson with most of the tutors there. You can click the link in the description below. That will take you over to LanguaTalk. And if the link is working correctly, you should see a little message pop up from me welcoming you to the site. So link in the description, check out LanguaTalk. Now back to the video. South Korea is known as the land of the morning calm because of its tranquil, temple-dotted mountains, serene forests, hot springs, hiking trails, lakes, so much goodness. But one thing I love most about South Korea is the culture, or should I say, the cultural extremes. On the one hand, it's one of the most modern countries on the planet. On the other, it is deeply traditional. Okay, I don't need to tell you about Korea's pop culture. It's been pretty hard to miss that particular whirlwind unless you live under a rock. But have you heard of esports? Well, South Korea is the mecca of esports, $1 billion industry of competitive video gaming.
레이저의 파밍은 언제쯤 끝날까요? 안 끝날 것 같은데. 네, 네버엔딩 스토리 악령 나왔으면은 저희 아마 밤을 새일 각오로 하지 않았을까 그런 생각이 듭니다. 이거는 야 이거 전략 포즈 아닙니까? 전략 포즈. 야 영원거. 근데 27분 만에 네. 17분 만에 포즈 때리면서 박수 치고 다녔어. 야 드디어 박수. 영원거. 드디어 다운 때리고 있어. 영원거.
It is an absolute phenomenon. You should check it out. Different pro leagues or teams face off while millions of fans sit glued to their screen, and the winners walk off with insane amounts of cash. But then you get the other extreme, the really old traditions.
Special meaning for most Koreans. So each Lunar New Year, we dress up, eat tteokguk, and we do sebae, which is the act of honoring elders by bowing to them in a sign of gratitude, respect, and well wishes for the new year. Happy New Year!
And when they eat the white rice cakes, everyone grows 1 year older together. Fun, huh? The Korean cultural mindset is all about respect, group harmony, and other Confucian principles. There is a concept to look up to. And so what's so great about all of this? Well, probably makes a hell of a change from your ordinary life. The kind of person who's drawn to Korean is the kind who wants something special in their lives. And being able to speak a unique language is a pretty good way of getting there.
들리세요? 나를 깨우는 소리.
If you're desperate to escape the stress pandemic and recharge in a faraway place, the sanctuary options in Korea are absolutely staggering, never mind ridiculously beautiful. You can stay in temples anywhere from Seoul to the coast to a stone cave in the misty mountains. It all started when Korea hosted the World Cup, and some temples offered shelter to a number of fans. Amazing. And many of these temples are more than 1,000 years old. They don't market them as language immersion retreats, obviously, but why not make it exactly that? I see an opportunity here. Temple stays are very popular with Koreans, which means you'll meet a lot of native speakers while you're finding your peace. Most temples will only let you stay for a few days, but some allow up to 22 days. And then there's this. If you stay here, you can learn the traditional Korean martial art of Sunmudo. Best part is this particular sanctuary lets you stay for months. So maybe first take a beginner Korean course to get the basics, then book a few temple stays in a few different places. Afterwards, live anywhere and enjoy the mountains while you reap the benefits of practicing Korean with very, very chilled Koreans.
I'm George, I'm from the United Kingdom, and I study for my PhD in organic chemistry.
I'm from India and I'm majoring in international commerce at Seoul National University.
I come from Guatemala and I am studying international studies and media communications at Korea University.
Korea is a great place to study. Did you know that 6 of Korea's universities are ranked in the top 100 universities of the world? And compared to the US, tuition for a semester abroad is very affordable. The latest reports say that the number of foreign students enrolled in Korean universities has hit an all-time high, and it's growing steadily by about 10% a year.
Well, one thing I would recommend international students who are think of applying to SNU is to learn Korean before they come to SNU, because without knowing Korean, it would be a bit difficult to be here. But if you know Korean, this would be one of the most memorable experiences in here.
And I've noticed Korean universities actively recruit foreign students. They started this initiative because the population of college-aged students in Korea was declining. Lower birth rates, young people leaving Korea to explore the world, which works in your favor. For example, in certain tech fields, they're introducing an internship visa program for foreigners, so it'll be easier to get in. Let's hope that works out. He's an American exchange student, by the way. If you want to learn a language that sounds cool, well, you definitely found it. Korean has a lovely rhythm and intonation, and many people think it sounds very melodic, even soothing. But it's not just that. Notice how many times I said that Korean is unique. I love this. See, most languages fit into a language family, the Romance languages, the Germanic languages, but Korean is entirely its own thing, meaning it's not related to any other language on earth. But I know there's still one burning question on your mind. How hard is Korean to learn? Well, luckily, I have the answer right here in this video.